Okay, hey guys, yeah, welcome back to another video. This is later, almost evening now. Earlier did the video on him, the broom snowman. I was working on him earlier at the YF200. So this here is the snowman that, if you've watched my Christmas display, is the twin to the one I usually have over there. I have flex sealed him. I have polyurethane parts of him. I have tried almost everything with this inflatable, and like, he's pretty shot. Like, he's not that faded, sadly. Like, yay, but like nay, because he doesn't work at all. But so I undid all the stitches that need to be undone. I undid all the. I took the big metal ring out of his hat. So my thing is in the, if you watch the snowman video, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. Hit the off button on my phone. Sorry. But anyways, yeah. So if you watched that video, I told you I was going to be trying out a new product. Well, it's not a new product. I've used this before on other things, but never on an inflatable. I'm going to be testing out some Thompson's water seal. Now, this isn't like the all surface water seal. This is wood sealer. The good thing about this is it doesn't dry, so it's going to stay like kind of oily forever, which is going to make this inflatable very messy. I already know that. But because it doesn't dry, I'm hoping it will act like when you hose down an inflatable and it stands. I'm hoping it will act like that. It should, in theory, act like that, but honestly, I do not know. Currently, I have him running off of, well, my booster. That is, well, I might not give him that one, or I might give him that one, or at least I'll give him an identical one to that if this works. That'll be the fan that he uses. Except I'll attach it like back here. But this is all the better inflates with that fan, you know, which is pretty powerful. It's like almost as powerful, probably as like a 125. But like, he inflates about the same with the 200. It doesn't inflate any better. It's probably about as powerful as the 200. But not as powerful as 200, but about. So anyways. But yeah, so I'm going to be, this I'm going to apply when he's deflated, because this, like I said, is not going to dry, so it's not going to like make him a sticky pile of goop, you know, that's just never going to inflate again. So, yeah, without further ado, this is just kind of like the beginning of the video. I might check in like about halfway through, to kind of show you how the progress is going, if anything has changed. And obviously I'll probably show you guys after I flip them over. But yeah, that's it for the first section of this video. So I guess I'll see you guys about halfway through this video, or well, end of this video, I guess. Okay, bye-bye. Hey guys, this is now, I guess, the next morning. I got distracted with something else, and it got too dark. It got dark fast for me to record the second half of this video. As you can see, we have nothing laying on the ground. That's always a good sign. So thing is this stuff never dries. It's never gonna dry. Meaning this inflatable is forever gonna be oily. Okay. However, that's why I recommend you do it on the inside than the outside. Like, I rarely recommend you do this on the inside, because I've noticed that it does sort of somewhat, if your inflatable has been somewhat, or is still somewhat good, will stay on somewhat the inside. This is good. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, he works, like, great. I wish I would have last night recorded the one bit of me when I had first done it, because his arm was like still not wanting to fully come up. It was like about down here, you know, still kind of. His head was really leaning back, you know. He was really just kind of leaning to this side. The reason he's leaning to one side is just because the way I reattached a new fan to him, which is still just that same fan from last night. And he doesn't like where it is. But so you can obviously tell the difference between where he is now and where he was, you know, obviously yesterday. Like, he was here, he's here now, he was there yesterday. So I'm really happy about this. This is an inflatable that honestly I never even thought would ever inflate again. Yeah, one thing I can say is that the reason he was not inflating great after I had just done it was it did not get, I missed spots here and there. I missed quite a few spots. Well, what I did after that was, because it got dark, I put him back in his tub. Well, let him sit overnight. Well, apparently there was enough excess on him that as he was sitting there, it seeped into the spots that, or most of the spots that hadn't been, like, you know, seeped into, or that hadn't have the stuff on it, the oil on it. And that has done some, yeah. So, definitely, it might not show results immediately, especially if you haven't, like, very thoroughly coated him, which obviously I didn't. But eventually, like, if you give it a while, if you put it back in his box, with, like, definitely, like, if you get him, like, good, like, really good, where there's, like, honestly oil dripping off of him, you put him in his box, let him sit overnight, the next day, you will definitely see big results, okay? And, like, I'm sure you'll see big result, or, like, decent results, just if they're not perfect, do that, you know, probably a bunch of some excess, put him back in his box, let him sit overnight, or overday, or, you know, whatever. But, like, yeah, I legitimately, like, boxed him up at, like, 8, it's now, like, 8:30 in the morning, so a good 12 hours of sitting, and he is looking great. I am now just applying a little bit more excess to him. As you can see, his head does still lean back just a tiny bit. Now, that's something I don't know if, well, I'm sure in the original Jemmy design didn't happen as much anyways. Because but my other one that I have a booster on over there does the exact same thing. And this is fine, honestly. If he inflates like this at Christmas, he's gonna be out there. Now, one thing I noticed, it might work better with an inflatable that is not flex sealed yet. I've been thinking, oh, why? Because wouldn't the flex seal help because it already got some seal? Now, that is a good point, but now really that this has kind of totally sealed it. Well, A, it's like, oh, wouldn't it be more work because you got to really seal the ones that are, you know, don't have anything else on them. That's a good point, but if they don't have anything else on them, they're going to soak it up a lot easier than this one. You know, they're going to soak it up a lot better. It's going to restore their color a lot more. This guy didn't really have a problem with color because he just, well, he actually already really had good color. That's why I really wanted to save this guy. But, and then, like, you can see it's causing some, like, no, you can't really see. But you can kind of see in there. Like, there's, like, some jelly spots. Definitely going to be on the outside. Oh, let's see, like, these spots. This spot right here. I don't know if you can see that very well. Definitely probably can't. But that little spot right there, let it focus a little bit. That spot right there is where he hasn't been sprayed. And that spot is, like, great compared to, when you feel it, compared to the rest of the inflatable. That spot is great. Actually, it's funny. But, and, like, it did not affect his paint at all. It was already chipping, and honestly, it's chipping less now. You can see his cheeks were chipping. But, yeah. But yeah, the Flex Seal is definitely adding a lot more weight now. But I think that's just a big reason kind of why his head is doing that. But I'm just adding excess. The kid, because he inflates that head, his head stands straight up, and like everything, when I tie the kid off, I can tell I did not get the kid very well. I just kind of very lightly did the kid. I mean, I got like parts of his bottom ball, his head, his hat, and like a little bit of his middle. That's about it. So I'm just kind of going over with, okay, what I used was a paint roller. Just like a, I think that's like a, friggin', what is it, like a 7-inch friggin' paint roller? I don't know, I can't tell. Is that a 7-inch paint roller? That might be a 9. No, anyways, it's this little paint roller. This is actually a spongy paint roller, not a, like one of your usual cotton paint rollers. This is actually more of a sponge paint roller. Just a little paint roller tray with this stuff. This is what it looks like. Yeah, and then for right now, I'm using this brush, just a brush. And the good thing about this is, you can use this paint roller and this paintbrush every time. Every time you do another inflatable, because this never dries, like I said, which does make them very messy, I must say. It's going to be, but that's why I recommend you do it on the inside. It doesn't show up on the outside as much. It's still going to, not as much. Now, if they're like really baked and faded, doing it on the outside might make them look a little bit better color, and if you're fine with them being pretty oily, then I mean, go ahead, just to save the color. And like, you can always do them on the inside and see how that does the color, and then if there's little spots that are really faded, just do that on the outside, kind of. You just kind of almost wipe it off on a paper towel. But yeah, this stuff never dries, so I'll be able to use these forever. I actually might dump some of this back in the container. I may or may not do this pretty soon to my bunny. I don't know if you can kind of see him up there on the porch, right up there. He's the bunny with an egg. He's my biggest paint problem right now. I need to get some paint for him to fix him. But anyways, guys, this works. And obviously he has a bigger fan like that, that's probably, I mean, that's the booster, that's the fan I have on him. That is what his original fan looked like. Much different, big kind of, it's a decent difference. However, that fan's only like $60. Thompson's water seal, you can see it over there. Like I said, you gotta get the wood clear wood sealer, not so it doesn't dry, and because if it dries, it's gonna crack, and it's gonna look awful, and it's gonna do the same thing as polyurethane and Flex Seal. But you can see he's functioning like this with not attached very well, and like he's functioning. So I mean, and I can't do that. I can't really fix anything about that because he is inside out right now. But yeah, with that bunny, his eyes, the paint's really bad, so I'm gonna have to get some fabric paint or puff paint or something to work on that. Then I'll probably end up oiling him because parts of him are a little faded. But that is it for this video. I might do another video on this subject showing... Oh wait, and the reason why that doesn't really affect it is because if you just bought an inflatable that doesn't work, or is like thin, laying on the ground, has its original fan, but it's never been polyurethane or Flex Sealed, it should do fine with its original fan. I'm gonna be I might be testing this pretty soon, but just because it won't have the extra added weight to it, so it'll probably do honestly fine with its original fan. But yeah, I might be testing this pretty soon. I'd like to get the bunny because that's the bunny with the egg. I like the bunny with the cart of eggs. My biggest thing with that is they're pretty, most of the bunnies are like $100 each. I'm probably gonna be, but there's one that they want $100 for. He's really faded, pretty decently faded. It's free shipping, and he's, thin. He's flopping around. Really pretty much just slouched over in a corner in the picture. But I'm gonna try and work them down to $30 if I can get him for $30 is like my highest. I'll go 35 maybe, preferably like 20 or 10. But I'm sure if they're already starting with $100, then that's gonna be kind of hard to do. But oh yeah, because that thing's been on there when I was buying that bunny and my egg, which is actually also very faded too, so I might do him on the inside because he is kind of still wobbly. I might do him on the inside. That might help him tremendously as well, with color at least. Anyways, that's the only reason I'll probably be doing him. Him I'll be doing mainly because he doesn't inflate and for color. But I'm trying to get most of my inflatables working off of fans, so off of Uno fan, I guess. String. But yeah, if I can get him here for about $20, $30 maybe, because he has a fan and everything, so I'll get him here. I'll show you guys how he works, and I'll do this to him, and I'll do another video. Anyways, I gotta cut this video here before it gets too long. Like YouTube won't let me upload more than like 25 minutes for some reason. I don't know why, but okay, that is it for this video. Bye bye. See you guys in the next one.